guys, and welcome back to our channel. Metaverse. You might have heard this term before and you might be wondering what's Metaverse and how to get involved in the Metaverse and why is everyone talking about the Metaverse. Then this video will be for you because in the next few minutes we will be talking in details what's the Metaverse and how to get yourself more familiar with the Metaverse concept and how to get involved even if you want. So before we start, this video is only for educational purposes, it's not financial advice, and without any further ado, let's just dive deep into it. So guys, let's start talking about the Metaverse and let's start with the basics. What is the Metaverse? How to define the Metaverse? Well, simply speaking here, a Metaverse is a shared online 3D space where users can interact with each other and also with a computer generated objects and avatars. It's a virtual world or virtual universe, let's put it this way, that uses the internet and its underlying network, and the Metaverse also are used for various purposes such as social networking, online gaming, whatsoever, and also it's evolving now for education, for training, for merchandise, for everything. You can have it nowadays on the Metaverse. So the expansion of the Metaverse actually is having its peak right now as we speak, and it's even evolving more and more. So it's an upward trajectory for the Metaverse, and you might need to get yourself more involved in the information about the Metaverse before you can fully understand what's going on. So here they offer a unique and immersive experience unlike anything else on the internet, also constantly evolving and expanding and offering endless possibilities and opportunities for exploring and interaction, meaning that even in some forms of the Metaverse application you can have a VR set, virtual reality set, you can put it and then you can interact with each other as if you're already there, so your senses are already involved in the experience and it will take you to a completely different level. Of course, you heard about Facebook. It's officially changing its name to Meta, referring to the Metaverse. So everything is moving into that direction and things are going into being a Metaverse based project. So that's simply speaking here how to summarize the concept of the Metaverse for you. But here let's give a glimpse on the history of the Metaverse. When did it all start and what to pay attention to in terms of the development of the Metaverse. The term Metaverse first appeared in Neil Stephenson here, that was in 1992 science fiction novel Snow Crash, that described a future where millions of people using virtual avatars to participate in cyberspace realm. As we can see nowadays, like 30 years later or 31 years later, we are living in this reality. You can use a virtual reality set and you can dive deep into a completely parallel universe. You can interact, you can game, you can chat with friends, you can buy things, you can develop lands, you can do whatever you want. And this concept was further popularized here, the novel here, The Earned Clean in 2011, and Ready Player One, in which everyday people strap on a VR set and getting logging into a virtual reality or the virtual VR sets of their fantasies. So that's kind of a small glimpse of the Metaverse history, and of course ever since it's getting developed more and more, and the Metaverse also exists beyond literature. And actually nowadays things are growing so much that the Metaverse starting picking up so much or so big, like in the last 3-4 years or so, even a giant like Facebook starting using the Metaverse as a tool and even changed the name of Facebook to Meta. So this will give you a good indication how things are moving, or the trajectory is moving for the Metaverse to go all the way spiking towards the upside. Of course, in the years to follow, the numbers of technological advancements also increased in the gaming industry, and many games nowadays are just relying on the Metaverse layer. And as you can see here, that's a small video, you can check it out, for Mark Zuckerberg here for Facebook, and when he explained and openly said that he will try to transition from Facebook to Web3 Metaverse and give you more of a glimpse of what to expect. And of course he was referring to the 3D virtual reality here, meaning that you can have your VR set and then you can attend meetings everywhere, you can just go to places, you can have a stroll around the country like thousands of miles away. So you can have or open to yourself different doors or different opportunities using the Metaverse. So what's the key difference between Web3 and the Metaverse? Let's say here they are quite interacting with each other, but they're not necessarily the exact same thing. The word Metaverse sometimes mentioned in parallel, of course, with the Web3. Two concepts are having similarities, of course, and both casting a vision of the next generation of the internet, and they're not really identical. The Web3 here is a decentralized internet built on the blockchain foundation. Central to Web3's premise, and that power here over the internet will eventually swing away from a handful of tech giants towards the individual, meaning that Web3 is giving the power back towards the individuals, user, me and you and all other people. It's not really controlled by tech giants or big names in the market, it's gonna be more readily available for everyone to participate and to give their contribution. But here the metaverse, it's an entirely possible that both visions will coexist in the future, that the metaverse and the Web3 can have each other, and there are also having a lot of similarities and a lot of interaction with each other, but there are some subtle differences you might need to keep in mind to fully understand the concept here. So here there is also another difference between the metaverse and the internet. What's the difference, or what's the major difference between the metaverse and the internet? The metaverse is a massive network constantly buzzing with activity where people remotely hang out with friends, create art, play games, and so on and so on, and you got the concept now. While the internet is more or less is just the foundation for everything we're experiencing. And there is a Web 2, which is the normal websites we're using right now and the normal classic internet we're using now, but now there is a Web 3, and the transition period between Web 2 and Web 3 there will require some time and effort and some advancements also in the technology here, and the metaverse will not replace or fundamentally alter the internet's underlying architecture or protocol suite, meaning here that the metaverse will be just a top layer on top of the internet. What's internet 2 or Web 3? Just the internet is not going to be replaced by any means. So metaverse is an application of the internet, or an application using the internet as a power to push it, but it's not going to replace it. So you might need to keep that in mind, and you need to understand that the internet will always exist and the internet will always persist, and advancement for the internet is inevitable, of course, but the internet will always be the building block for any major metaverse project. So as you can see here, it's like platforms such as Fortnite, Roblox, and Minecraft are not in themselves metaverse, but destinations within the metaverse, and there will be a lot of these sort of destinations, not unlike individuals' website on the internet today. So in different words here, it's not a metaverse, it's just the Facebook is not the internet. It's just like these websites are not the internet. Major tech giants, that's not the internet. The internet is a way for using information. So metaverse will be utilizing the internet capability to build this virtual reality or virtual experience you can be experiencing once you jump into the metaverse. So my advice for you, check it out and get yourself more informed and try to understand the beautiful concept of the metaverse, because remember my words, in the next few months and years you will find a lot of advancement in the metaverse, and you will find that actually you yourself as a user, you will be using it a lot. So guys, in a nutshell, we talked about the metaverse, everything you want to know about the metaverse before you start diving deep into investing or into getting involved in the metaverse. My advice for you, check the links down below, get yourself more informed, get yourself more involved, and try to keep up with the information. Things are starting to move again in the cryptocurrency space and also the metaverse space, so it would be a huge benefit for you to get yourself informed and eventually get even involved in the process. So everything is linked down below in the description, and as usual, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, leave any comment you might have in the comment section down below, and until next time, bye bye.